Oh yeah, we are in the building, waiting for Ceez per usual. We'll get Ceez up in here in a second, and we will do our thing. Um, Champions League day semifinal. We already know what happened, but I'll wait for Ceez. Who stay late? I feel dehydrated. Um, yeah, we'll wait for Ceez. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, let me just do another Twitter post. Goddamn. Um, don't make me start talking about Drake and Kendrick. I'm joking. I'm not even paying attention anymore. I didn't listen to the last three songs. Um, when I saw that Kendrick released the song like right after Drake's, I was like, okay, this is too much now. Like, I'm done now. I didn't listen to that one or the other Kendrick one or the other Drake one. I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm out of here. Um, this fool right here, oh God, I don't know why black people are always late. I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll get Bad Lefty up in here, and maybe we'll get Alex, maybe Sean. It'd be nice if we could have already started. I almost want to like not. I want to like go unlive again because we gotta be in here talking for so long, not about the match because Caesar is late. Already know I told him, hey, you still good for 5? Yes. Okay. Sent the link before 5. But what you gonna do? Maybe this is why we made it never blew up. Maybe this is why. But yeah, Drake and Kendrick. I actually muted Drake and Kendrick on Twitter, the words, because I was just so over it. I don't know if it finally worked because it didn't work right away. But maybe people just aren't talking about it anymore. Uh, hmm. Oh my god, yo. This dude's ridiculous right now. This is trifling, yo. Oh my goodness, yo. Oh, let me put the invite in here. Oh. Whoa, what'd I do? Uh, wait. Wait, where'd the chat go? Oh, there we go. Whew. Oh my goodness. Am I really waiting for this fool for 5 minutes right now? Oh my god. Yo. This is insane. I almost want to stop. Like, what are we doing here? This is insanity. Who wants to do a soccer podcast, yo? This is crazy right now. I mean, it ain't like anybody's in here. You know what? Here, let me do this. Just like I want you. What the heck is that? Let me put that there. Oh, finally, so shows up. Jesus Christ. Damn, I almost turned this shit off.
I hope you did.
I quit, dude.
What up? What's good?
What the hell?
Sorry,
I know
dog.
you was finishing up an Apex match.
I wasn't actually. I wish I was.
Right. Caesar, I mean, although we're starting 8 minutes after we were supposed to start, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't care, but we got a big match today. A club that you used to like, BVB, did
You used to like.
Who?
You. Also,
Used
what
like
episode is this?
Oh, 306.
306.
I muted you.
306.
I muted that. You're in the doghouse. What's the name? A club that used to like BVB. I kind of like BVB personally. Against a team that had a player that I used to like, I still like, Edinson Cavani. I was never really a PSG fan. I just wanted Cavani to do good. Because when he wasn't playing, I wanted them to lose. Even though he hasn't been there for like 5 years, I'm like still like
Still got that resentment.
I think he's better than Gonzalo Ramos right now. Easy, no question. BVB just eliminated PSG in the Champions League semifinal. I mean, I think everybody's shocked. Nobody was really expecting it. And, we saw over 2 legs, PSG not even score a goal. Now, let me just say this before I ask you your thoughts on both matches, or at least just the match today. I'm going to save the whole post-hitting thing discussion / the unlucky narrative. I'm going to save that because I'm going to go in on that, and you're going to appreciate it. But what did you think of these matches, sir, other than that they were boring?
I mean, it's pretty boring, but I'll just say that number one, I'm very happy for BVB. I fuck with BVB. I got no smoke with them. I think they're really cool. They did it especially a lot with a lot of young talent. Nowadays you see a lot of teams culminate teams of superstars. They kept Royce all this time. They got a lot of dudes that are either super underrated, underappreciated, or just very young talent. And it mixes in well with like young and veteran players. So BVB doing that shit is dope. I absolutely respect it. Also, BVB approached the game how I would approach the game if I was BVB. We're just gonna have a lot of people. We're gonna have our guys in the back, hold strong on defense, don't overcommit on offense. Because what is PSG waiting to do? Destroy you on a counter. They're waiting to outspeed you, out destroy you on speed because they have no technical formation. They have no tactics. So they're just waiting to shoot that ball up and hopefully Dembele or will be on frame or Mbappe will get it one-on-one. So they didn't. A lot of times that's how Mbappe had the ball. He was not alone. There was a lot of people around him. It was crowded. The gaps in between the center backs was also really close too. So you're not really able to make a lot of things happen. BVB did all the right things, and it was going to have to take. You know what I was also thinking? When Vitinha had like 4 shots in the first half, I remember thinking to myself, if me and Bam were coaching this team, we're going into halftime, I'm like, let Vitinha shoot it 19 times. I don't care. If you have to score a goal from outside the box, okay, I'll take that. I'm not going to let you have Mbappe run deep on my left flank, destroy me, and do some crazy acrobatic move. I'm not gonna let Dembele pretend like he's gonna do something saucy and then airball it. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna let you have Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. That's who you got out there. Go ahead, dog. Launch him. Launch him. And if we die by that, respect. Okay. But traditional soccer, okay, buddy, that's not gonna work. So it didn't. And kudos to BVB. I think they had a great strategy going forward. And especially when they got that goal and they pulled out Jadon Sancho and they subbed in big man Sule, I was like, these guys are playing smart. Like, yeah, no necker. They said we're playing smart. We're gonna play smart. If you're gonna beat us, you have to try even harder now because we're just gonna have dudes sitting in the back.
You know, you mentioned that young talent that they have. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. They got what the
Keep talking.
well, I think it's more late.
Yeah.
What? Oh, what up, Alex? Alex in the building. They got a lot of young talent, a lot of dudes. I don't know who the hell they are. Matson, you know, some dude back there. You know, I don't know.
Baller Dutch guy, Matson. Yeah.
I don't know who these fools are, but I do know Kareem Adeyemi because two things. One, how he put that sauce on Enzo Fernandez. I think that was last year in Champions League. And I was just like, Enzo Fernandez, $100 million midfielder, and this dude from BVB, just some random guy with the hair undone, just destroyed you. And
big soul brother Adeyemi, dog. Big soul brother.
And also, Kareem Adeyemi is one of the few footballers who his partner has more Instagram followers than him.
Who's his partner?
Because he's with this German rapper woman, and she's got like 3 million followers.
Okay. He's getting dunked on. All right.
He's got like 1 million, and she's got like 3 million. She's like this big rapper in Germany.
That's really cool. You're dating a female rapper. That's kind of tight.
She's definitely got like SoundCloud rapper vibes, but I think she's kind of big out there. I looked up her music before.
Big Soul Train Adeyemi. I mean, I'm a fan.
Yes,
they have even more talent that they didn't even play. They have like that really highly rated German Mukoko. I think Mukoko, that young striker. Right. They have a lot of talent on that team. Yeah. Young talent mixed in with veterans.
Right. Sabater's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Julian Brand is still young, but he's a vet.
He's a vet. He's been in the
game. He's a veteran for sure. He's been playing for a minute. Obviously, Emery Chan, who like I thought was like 34, and this was only 30. Hummels. Yeah, Hummels is back there.
So much veteran talent with a bunch of just damn near teenagers out there just getting it.
Yeah, and playing with, you can tell they were okay. So this is what I'll say about the matches. Like, whatever you want to say about Luis Enrique and stuff like that, like you can tell one team is really well drilled and the other team is not. Now, somebody might say, but look at all the shots that PSG had, whatever. That's fine. It's about them balls going into the net.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
There's no crossbar stat.
Yeah. Should I just do it now? Should I do it?
I'm going to drink some water. Go ahead.
Caesar, you're going to appreciate this. So obviously we're seeing a lot of the drink some water too, hell. Obviously, you're seeing a lot of this, like, oh, PSG so unlucky, hitting the crossbar 4 times, 6 times throughout the whole tie. And I'm just like, what do you mean unlucky, dude? Caesar knows this already. I'm going to tell Caesar this. You're probably going to interrupt my whole flow, but I'm going to say to Caesar why it's not unlucky, okay? You got to compare it to other sports. Caesar, when you get a basketball, the basketball is damn near the same size as the hoop. Damn near. Caesar, when you shoot that ball, how many times have you shot a ball and it should go inside and go out? Or it goes like this, zoop, and go out?
Countless.
How many times have you been there right there for a layup? And the shit just don't go. Nobody ever, when somebody shoots a shot, let's talk about professional basketball. When somebody shoots a shot in the game and it doesn't go in for whatever reason, nobody says you were unlucky. Nobody. You know what they say? You missed the shot. When I would play football all the time, Caesar, I know it's too long for you. Now you're looking at some old other stuff right now. When I played football, if I got one hand on the ball, yeah, Caesar's done. If I got one hand on the ball and I didn't catch it, I was mad. I felt like I should have caught it. If I got a hand, if I got like fingers, that's different. But if it hit my hand, one hand, I'm not talking about two. If it hit one hand and I didn't catch it, I'm mad.
Yep.
I'm not saying like, oh, I'm unlucky. And in the pros, it's the same thing. If you get two hands on the ball and let's say you catch the ball, but then your foot was out of bounds by this much, and they go on the replay and they see your foot was out of bounds, they're not going to say, "Oh, it's really unlucky. It wasn't a touchdown. Really unlucky." Like, no, you didn't keep your feet in. So in soccer, it's the same. When the ball hits the post, you missed, dude. That's it. If it hits the post, you miss. The goal is right underneath there. You should have hit it underneath, actually. Then you would have made it. You were unlucky. You missed. Caesar, professional basketball players, you've been to pro basketball games. Before the game, all them players make every single shot. They shoot the ball in warm-ups. They make every single shot. Like it's nothing. It's insane. I seen Chris Paul's son. They did a challenge on who can make 10 free throws in a row or whatever. And Chris Paul's son said, yeah, I made like 8 out of 10 or whatever. Or like who can make the most free throws. He's like, hey, I made 8 out of 10. And Chris Paul was like, okay, now how many did I make? He's like, you made 100 in a row. Like, that's professionals. Professionals, they know how to the basketball.
I've seen centers whopping 3-pointers at warm-ups, wetting them.
Caesar, a player who would never take a 3-pointer in a game in the NBA, in practice, he could do like
that shit for fun.
Like this and make them.
Just for fun, dog.
Because they're professionals.
Yeah.
And in soccer, it's got to be the same standard. It ain't luck, it's skill. Because in practice, they can make everything. In the game, if you hit what I said on Twitter is it makes soccer seem like it's not as skilled as other professional sports. It's like y'all aren't as good. And I don't believe that, dude. Like, oh, when players do I think that you said this before about, I think it was Josie Altidore or something like that. They had to like kick the ball into like these holes or something like that. And you were like, he was like drilling them shits. You were like, I could tell he's a professional. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because he's a professional. He can do that. But in the game, he's going to miss hella shots.
Of course.
It's just for me, I'm like, it makes soccer sound like they don't have the same skill level when they're professional as other sports. And I don't like that.
The only reason the discussion is even unlucky is because the goal didn't go in. If the goals went in, are we still having a discussion about these goals being lucky? I mean, are we talking about Luis Enrique really setting up PSG tactically to be at the best positions to score? I'm sorry, dog. Vitinho, I'm going to show you a clip right now of a shot Vitinho took right now. I'm going to share a clip right now, okay? I'm going in right now, okay?
Bad Lefty, what's up?
I got this primed and ready, okay?
Okay, as long as it don't get us taken down.
It won't. It's muted. But do you see this clip?
Oh, let me add it to the stage.
Okay, do you see that?
Ooh, yes.
Okay, so you're going to tell me that PSG was unlucky here?
Wait, are you playing it yet?
I'm about to play it.
Oh, okay.
The shot is going to go on frame. This is the kind of shots Vitinho was taking the whole game. Tell me this little magician. The little magician.
Okay, Kill. He's good. He's a good player.
I know he's a good player, but this is, if I'm BBB, I want this. I want you to do this to me. Give me this. I'm clapping if I'm the coach like this, like crazy after this. After Vitinho take this. Oh, okay, we get the ball. Nuno doesn't give it to Mbappe. Give it to what? What is this shot, dog? What? Who are you? Who are you, Hulk? What? Do we know how? Do you see how far that shit is?
That is very far.
Dog, where are you? You're no. this is not. I wish I was showing you. It's like, oh, I'm just nitpicking because it's a one. This is like 8 more times. And granted, after that, there was one hit the crossbar. Great. I'm sorry, dog. At practice, he probably makes 18. I watched Real Madrid practice. These motherfuckers never miss anything. Never. A goalie's life is miserable on these teams. They're just getting dogged out the whole fucking practice. It's embarrassing. They're jumping, they're diving. My shoulder bruised hurts just thinking about how much they're diving to the ground. But if you get in the game, you don't perform, you don't score, you're not unlucky, you lost. You lost the game because the other team scored. God damn it. And the BVB had a center back that scored today on you, okay? Hummel scored a header on you, okay? You couldn't get one header. You had 15 free kicks. A million free kicks happened. You couldn't get a header. There's more. It's the game isn't just predicated on VT and taking shots or Mbappe getting opportunities. Soccer has multiple avenues in which you can score. Counterattack, free kick, corner kick. They had all that. They didn't. Dog, you lost the game, G.
Right. And talking about them hitting the crossbar and it being unlucky is just that narrative is just bullshit to me.
No.
Like, it's not unlucky. You just missed. Like, just like I'm saying, if it's basketball, you shoot the ball. I don't care how it doesn't go in the net. You just missed. Like, it's just so weird to me to be like, oh, it's unlucky when you missed. Like, I will say this. It's unlucky if, like, like the ball, like you kicked in a corner and it just bounced around 15 times.
I'm not going to let you say you're unlucky if
I agree.
When you're whipping a ball in a deflection, the deflection hits the crossbar and goes up. No, you're lucky you even got there. Unlucky is like on a 1v1 solo, and then you juke out the goalie and the ball just go a little bit forward and you're tired and it goes, oh, that sucks. Like, yeah,
even
right
that's
there in front of the
either.
goal. If you're in front of the goal, or that one Raheem Sterling one where he's right in front of it, a joint go up in the air straight up, that sucks, dog. Because he's a pro, he's gonna make that.
But it sucks, but it's not unlucky. Okay, this is what I'll say is unlucky. The only thing I've ever seen in soccer that was unlucky was one time I was watching PSG. Lucas Moura like shot a ball from like far away because the goalie was out. It was raining hella hard, and like there was like a mud pit in front of the goal, and the ball stopped. Like, that's unlucky.
Yeah, that is.
But even I take it back, like the corner thing. Like, even with that, it's like if the corner comes in, clear it. Like, if you didn't clear it and it dropped to the ground and it went everywhere, then you should have cleared the corner. You know,
that's so funny.
So like literally, there's no point in soccer basically when you're unlucky. Maybe if the ref gave a bad call, like something like that can be unlucky, you know. But like you probably got some bad calls in your favor too.
Of course, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Like, I'm sorry, like I said, it's what's the situation when if the team hits this goddamn worldie and it bounces off the crossbar and goes in? That's unlucky for the goalie because the goalie get there to shit the crossbar and go in. It's not fair.
Right. So, like, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I really hate to hear professional pundits, like the fans or whatever. Like, the fans gonna get on Twitter. I forgot. I need to unfollow them. The fans gonna get on Twitter and say anything, but like, to see like pundits say like, oh yeah, they were really unlucky tonight. It's like, this is professional sports, dude. Like, this is professional sports. They've been playing since they was 6 years old. There's no luck, dude.
Any semblance of the sport, and you gathered from that PSG performance that the issue was a luck issue and not an urgency issue. Then when I'm saying it's boring is because I think for like 60 minutes, I feel like I was watching a game where everybody was just kind of like there. Everybody was just kind of there, going through the motions. Go here, it's not there. Oh, like even on that Vitinha video, Nuno looks over Mbappe. Mbappe's kind of on the side. It's like, it's not there. Pass it here. Like, it's not like give it, go, boom, I'm out. Like, I'm in there. Like, oh, I'm faking it in there. No one's doing that jab step with anger. Like, I gotta make something happen here. No urgency. So yeah, you have no urgency. Even in the end of the game, you could tell by Luis Enrique's face, like it looked like he was just like, these motherfuckers don't really want to play anyways. Like, he was just kind of sitting there like, I'm like, he was a player. He was a competitor. He knows when motherfuckers is turned on, like they're ready to roll. Like you didn't have the soldiers out there. I'm sorry. Ramos go out there, waff a couple shots around, jog a little bit, get subbed out. I'm like, they don't give a fuck, dog. It's just no
No.
urgency. I'm sorry. BVB got that shit. Hummel scored a goal because he wanted it. Jadon Sancho out there trying to do 150 moves on the side because he wants it. Like he right there, whether it works or not, he wants to make something happen. That's when you have the urgency. They played with the urgency. Adeyemi almost had a goal on that one run. He fell shooting the ball. That's when you want that shit bad, dog.
Right. Honestly, I'll say Bad Lefty says over a large enough sample size variance, luck will even out. That's a fact.
Facts.
I'll say this too, like, as far as you're saying, like the wanting it thing, like, yeah, you can tell when a player wants it real bad, and you can just tell Mbappe did not care. Like, he did not care at all. The player that I felt like, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but the player on PSG that I felt actually wanted it was Ousmane Dembele. And I just feel like he's just like an airhead, though. Like, because he's doing the moves, but he just is like really dumb, kind of. And it's just like, sometimes you just doing stuff. It's like, why are you doing that? Well, hold on before you defend.
I agree.
Oh, you do? Okay, good.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And it's his own fault. I think his like dribbling style kind of puts him in trouble. Like the way he dribbles, I'm like, why is the ball so far from your body? Like I get it.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm like, you just have like a very erratic dribbling style that I'm sure it pops off. Like because when it's erratic, it's hard to defend against. But when it's not going, that shit is not going. Like,
right.
And sometimes the shots, I'm like, dog, you're just swinging a leg. I get it. Respect. I'm a big fan of swinging a leg. But damn, dog, you gotta have a little placement, G. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. And I'll say this too, going back to Gonzalo Ramos, like when he missed that one shot where he was very close, like inside the 18, like I think maybe inside the 6-yard box and skied it over. You didn't see hardly any reaction from him. And then compare that to when Marquinhos missed that header. Like he was screaming mad. Like he was like, ah! And like you could feel like he's like, fuck, like I can't believe I missed that. Gonzalo Ramos, this fool came from Benfica. He probably is making like 10 times as much money as he did from there. This is a player who's like not that good, who got a $60 million transfer, he's just not that good.
Off a World Cup, 3 goals in 5 minutes.
Off a World Cup hat trick in a match where
one game.
In a match where they won 6-0.
It was great.
So I'm just like, you don't really care because this is a thing we've been saying about PSG for damn near 6 years. The players come to PSG, they have to overpay players to come there. And a lot of these players are going to come there, they're not going to be motivated for real because Gonzalo Ramos.
The monetary reason. The reason to go from Benfica to PSG is to build your profile, to make money. Oh, I'm on a PSG. I'm in Champions League. I'm making more money. Maybe some of these other clubs will take me more seriously. This is a stepping stone. Of course, positively, I can see that move being a positive, right? Going from Benfica to PSG. I can see a player thinking that. But I think in terms of the sport, developing yourself as a player, I don't think that's the move. I think you go there when you've already done it. Like you've already done it, go there. Like get it cracking. Maybe because then you can maybe teach people there how to get it done or whatever. Honestly, PSG used to go really in when they were all about going in on some of their academy players. They used to bring up crazy talent and then mix that in with some veterans and some dope players. It was cool. That was like that's like a setup that I like. I like veterans. I like talent mixed in with young. Who the hell do they even bring? Oh, they just snag somebody off OL, start this dude. I'm like, you didn't even. It's not like you brought this guy up off your academy system. We've seen it happen.
Caesar, they brought in Fabian Ruiz, dude. Like, what are you doing?
That was such a crazy line. I'm like, do you really want to win?
They got
the 84 million times over fucking Fabian Ruiz.
Caesar, they brought in Carlos Soler. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Like big La Liga player. He should be at Girona right now.
Like he played on Valencia his whole life, dude. Like, what do you need about PSG for?
That man is a player. Why is he on PSG?
Like, it doesn't make sense. And that's the thing. It's like, and
so bad. Favorite is so bad.
And that's the thing too. Like Gonzalo Ramos is going to PSG for money. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not going there to like he's like build his profile or whatever. No, he's like okay, like I could go to like I don't. It's hard for me to even think about who he's better than. Like he could go, he could go somewhere in Bundesliga. Like he could go somewhere in Bundesliga. Like he's probably about as good as that dude on on BVB.
Techie or whatever.
No.
The other dude that's on Stuttgart, right?
Garassi or whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, he's on. Yeah, Stuttgart. Garassi or whatever. Like he's about as good as him.
Of course.
But like.
Dog, Ramos could start at a Valencia. Ramos could start.
Yeah,
he could. No, he could.
No,
I know we're making fun. He could start. He could start at Vieira. He could start there,
yeah,
dog.
He could start at Valencia.
We're not even tripping. He could start at a team that could be in a top 4 contention league. I'm not even saying that he's terrible, but you're not the PSG guy. And also on PSG, you sign Colo and then you sign Ramos. What are you really doing here? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sign them and then play Mbappe at center forward and have 2 center forwards.
And have Colo on the wing. What are we doing?
So many matches they start Mbappe center forward and put both those center forwards on the bench. It's like this is ridiculous. This is not football. No. It's not real.
Just spending money because we got it.
Exactly. What's the name? Alex says Ruiz is so trash. He's so bad, dude.
Awful player. He should be starting in Las Palmas.
Bad Lefty says, like how players used to go back in the day, used to go over to the States for the retire. Yeah, Gonzalo Ramos should have done. You're supposed to do like Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos was like, all right, I'm done with Real Madrid. Let me go play for PSG.
Okay, let's relax. Gonzalo Ramos is not old as hell, okay?
Who? No. I'm saying no. I know. I'm not saying
you meant like getting the paycheck this early is ridiculous. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like go like.
Okay, well, I have a question. Is it better to go to PSG if you're Gonzalo Ramos, or to go to like a Burnley for a paycheck? What's better?
You go to PSG over Burnley.
You go to because there's probably only 2 people on his line. Go to the depths of Aston Villa or go to fucking a PSG. He was like, EPL's tight, but they're gonna send me to the abyss down
right there. Because you don't want to go to a team that's gonna get relegated.
You don't want to become a championship player.
No.
You might go to Saudi after. You might get that Saudi money.
Feel me? Alex says PSG brought in Marco Asensio after ACL injury and injury-prone Lucas Hernandez. PSG had the worst transfer policy.
Literally, Lucas, they brought in 4 lefties. They brought in him. They brought Leak hanging in. I'm like, what is going on here? Are you just signing people for fun? You're not even thinking of a team concept. Oh, what am I building here? Marquinhos this age. He's fullback. Nuno just got an ACL tear. Maybe I should get a guy here. You're just doing shit to do it.
Lucas Hernandez, another one who is very much injury prone. Like he's injured all the. I don't think he's ever played 30 matches in a season. Bad Lefty, hey, watch how you talk about the Villa. Bad Lefty, ever since Unai Emery's been there, I'm a big Aston Villa fan.
Fuck Aston Villa. Get that shit out of here.
You don't even believe that.
Get that shit out of here, dog.
Caesar's a Birmingham fan.
Birmingham. I'm a Forest Green fan. How'd you know?
But no, I actually like Aston Villa. Oh my God, don't let Guendouzi go there next season. I'm going to be the biggest Aston Villa fan ever. But no,
you'll put Real out of Champions League next season. Honestly, you could catch a group stage draw real quick. You can catch a group stage draw.
Aston Villa's good. They're going to be in Champions League next season. Honestly, like I hope that they make some good moves. I like to see a team like that like get in Champions League. And the only reason why is because they're playing good football. Like they're not doing like Leicester did, just like long ball United Route 1 football.
Yo, what happened to that Japanese dude that was such a baller? He was so good.
I think he retired now. He was a baller though.
He was so good. Leicester was such a gangster team. That was a fun team to watch.
Stocky dude with a square
I'm like,
head.
yeah, you guys are talking about Vardy, but this Japanese guy is going crazy.
That dude's a baller.
He's so good.
For real. I think he retired now though. But
he was cool.
But yeah, going back to PSG, like it's just like Alex said, it's just bad transfer policy.
Yeah.
You're looking for people that's like they haven't even achieved much already. Like what? Like you got Warren Zaire Emery,
baller.
They hyped him up so much. He did nothing in these past 2 matches. He hurt
his tummy though. when he
Like,
kicked that ball off the crossbar because he missed it.
oh yeah,
It,
yeah,
it bounced off his tummy, and his tummy was hurting. So
yeah. Like this, like he's. I'm not saying he's bad, but like I'm not
I
saying
think
he's a
he's
bad
very
player.
standard. I don't think he's crazy. I think Keprian is way better on OGC than him. Like I think that's a better
Oh,
player than
definitely
him.
way better. I've seen him play really well, but the
Yeah.
thing is, he's young, and sometimes the stage is big. I've seen young PSG players come in and like they're real good against Lorient and like in preseason, but then when the lights turn on against like Lyon or like Monaco, they don't
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
So like when you're starting Fabian Ruiz when you got Ugarte, like you're starting
That's so
Gonzalo.
crazy. He started the Champions League last game for PSG or Fabian Ruiz. That's crazy.
You're starting Gonzalo
Like,
Ramos.
does he dating Luis Enrique's daughter? Is that who's dating his daughter instead of what's his name? Like, what's
I
up?
might be dating him. Oh no.
Uh, uh,
Like you're starting Gonzalo Ramos over Colomwani. Like
um,
it's just
is Colo
silly.
injured?
No, he was on the bench the whole
He
match.
didn't play at all. You don't want to
No.
bring out that freaking nature just for fun. I mean, at least
Luis
if
Enrique is
it
kind of
comes out, I'll
racist.
be like, that guy's a freak. He might just do something. We don't know.
Luis Enrique is kind of racist,
He
allegedly.
is. Yeah, he is.
Allegedly, he's kind of
And
racist.
Yaki remembers.
You're right.
Allegedly.
He do have sleeve tattoos. Let me inspect them, ho, see what's on there.
I think one of them is like kind of like a goofy tribal. I'm like,
What tribe?
like Fabregas has.
Jesus, screw with it. 2005. Actually, like 1999.
No.
But yeah, like well, forget PSG for a second. Let's go to BVB. Like, I mean, I think we talked about it. Like, BVB has some really, really solid players. I mean, God forbid PSG try to get somebody like Julian Brandt. Like, like this guy's a baller. Let's get
Question
Fabian
for you.
Ruiz instead, huh?
Do you think PSG after Mbappe leaves? Do you think that they're gonna have a true good building project, or are they gonna just try to replace it with fast cash?
I think they're going to try to get Rafael Leao. I think that they're going to do that. Leao can,
I think they're gonna commit on him too.
yeah. Rafael Leao cannot like replicate the goal output that Mbappe has had. Like he's a good player for sure, but I think he's gonna have to like he's been playing in Italy like a good 3-4 years. You're gonna have to adjust back to Liga a bit, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's put on some weight. Like I feel like I can hear his steps when he's running through the screen. Let me read Alex that real fast and I'll continue. Unai Emery, such a good manager, getting Villarreal Europa League chip is insane.
Unai's a gangster.
He gets every team in UCL consistently. Arsenal fumbled 100%.
They did. That was a kind of a crazy.
That was so dumb. But yeah, I'm kind of clowning him, but whatever. Like I think Rafael is a really good player.
You just don't feel good after that one video of him rapping on You're like, after seeing that, I don't really know how I feel about this guy.
I know he's not gonna have the same amount of goals as Mbappe did. Mbappe is crazy, but even if they get Leao, like it's not like Leao's not a superstar. I think they can do good. Like bring in Leao or not, but like they're probably gonna do that. You got Barcola there. You got Ousmane Dembele. You got two center forwards. You got good midfielders. You got Ugarte, I was gonna say Unai Emery, Zaire Emery. You got Vitinha. You got some backups. You got Lee Kangen. You got Fabian Ruiz to back them up, and Carlos Soler, I guess. Your back line is like decent. You got them two Brazilian dudes. Like you got Marquinhos. He's never gonna leave. And fullbacks don't really matter.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I got Berardi, right? Is it Berardi?
Eduardo or whatever. Yeah, you got players, and I'm gonna be excited to watch PSG without Mbappe because it was just over reliance on Mbappe.
I think that PSG should definitely gotta. I think you have something good with Barcola there. He comes in a lot of energy. I think that he's only going to get better and more patient with some of his moves. Like he just does a lot of young stuff, which I'm not mad at. He's just no north, south, not scared of nothing. I'm gonna get in there and try to do whatever I can. When he obviously gets as he gets more trained, he's going to get more polished. He's going to get
He's a
way
really
better.
good player. He's
Very good.
He
And
reminds me
I
of
can
Mbappe.
imagine having a Leao or anybody there that only helps him out. That's only gonna give him more space too.
Yeah, and he can play on the right too. I've seen him with Leon. He played on the
He
right
played
a
both
lot.
sides.
Yeah, he played on the right a lot.
He's a very good player. That kid has a lot of skill.
He's a really good player. He reminds me of a young Mbappe. He's wearing number 29.
Yep.
He reminds me of a young Mbappe. The thing about Mbappe is like Mbappe just has like that hunger for goals that some wingers, like I feel like a lot of wingers don't really have that hunger for goals as much. Mbappe has that, just like he wants to score goals a lot.
Yeah, and I
A
think
lot of
Mbappe
wingers,
has a really, really good hesitation. Like his hesitation is really good. That pause he does before he shoots, or that timing is really nasty. That like a lot of
Mbappe,
players need to learn that. It's a really good skill set to have.
even though, like, even I'll say this about Vinicius Jr. Like Vinicius Jr. is scoring goals now, but he doesn't have that same hunger that Mbappe has. Vinicius Jr. is a true winger. Like he wants to get over there, he wants to get past defenders, and he wants to like look and see what's happening before he necessarily takes a shot. Mbappe is like, I'm trying to score a goal, and that's like how Ronaldo.
He's a straight up attacker, like a striker.
Like how Ronaldo was. Ronaldo was a winger who wants to score goals. You know, not to say that they both don't create. They both do create, but he wants to. He's got that nose for that goal. He wants to get them goals in. Barcola is not. He's a winger. He's not like that so goal hungry. But you don't have to be. Like you don't have to be for your team to be successful. Wingers don't score a lot of goals generally anyway, you know? Let's see what bad lefty in here. For years, Jack Grealish was carrying Villa almost single-handedly. Not sure if we can match it next season, but fingers crossed. And hopefully Emery has won some loyalty from the club if we struggle next season.
Are they going to let go of what's his name? Do you think they're going to lose
Ollie Watkins?
Yeah. I could see him going to like Spurs or something.
I feel like it'd be like, honestly, Caesar, like you go to Spurs, you're not playing Champions League next season. You go to Man U, you're not playing Champions League next season. Yeah. There's a lot of teams that's like bigger clubs that you're gonna be downgrading. Like the teams in Champions League and EPL is City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Villa right now.
Aston Villa have a fun team. They're fun. They play good. They have a lot of great players.
Luca Digne.
They also have that little dude Diaby, right? The little baller.
Yeah, Diaby. Yeah, they brought in Diaby this season. Yeah, he's good.
They have the Ratch monster, the Jamaican, the little ratchet kid.
I think even Diaby is like adjusting to EPL this season. I feel like he'll be better next season because he was playing in Bundesliga.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ollie Watkins should stay. He's a good player, and like,
I think so too.
Yeah, like why would you you can go for a payday, but like,
I'm pretty sure they're probably paying you pretty good over there.
Yeah, and like
they're not lacking in money at Aston.
You're going to be playing Champions League, and I would imagine that Villa is going to bring in some more good players. I would love to see the Guendouzi or even Lucas Torreira reunion with Unai Emery.
Oh yeah, get that man out of Turkey. What's going on with that?
Because Unai Emery brought in Lucas Torreira from like Sampdoria. And brought in
Guendouzi,
and then brought in Guendouzi. I mean, this is to Arsenal. He brought in Torreira from like Sampdoria to Arsenal, and he brought in Guendouzi from Ligue 2 to Arsenal. And
he got a bad rep now, though.
No, he's doing his thing for.
He got a bad rep. He does have a bad rep, though.
He like choked some dude out in Arteta.
He has a little bit of a fighter rep, and that might just keep him in Italy. They like that in Italy.
He's kind of calmed down a little bit, but Unai Emery brought in Guendouzi.
Didn't he have the same thing at Hertha too?
Stop. Unai Emery brought in Guendouzi from Ligue 2, and Guendouzi started the first match of the season for Arsenal. And that's what made me watch him initially. I was like, when they were like doing the commentary, like, yeah, this guy came from Ligue 2 last year. I'm like, and he's starting first day for Arsenal. Let me see if Unai Emery's an idiot.
That's a bold play. That's how you know he was going in. I mean, Guendouzi is a phenomenal midfielder.
So yeah, talent. I mean, Aston Villa has a great chance. I think next season if they bring in some, when you're playing Champions League, like you need surplus players. Because that's 4 competitions you're in: FA Cup, Carabao Cup, League, and Champions League, and it's a lot of pressure. We see what happened to Newcastle. Newcastle last year was balling. Champions League was too much for them. They didn't bring in anybody though.
They brought nobody in. They had a lot of injuries. It's gonna happen. Their team looked like bone dry compared to even Brighton too. Brighton did bring a lot of people in. They made it. I'm like, you got to bring people in, dog. I don't know what's up with
That's
these
all.
signings. You lose a lot of your main talent. You can't just get like they sign people that I'd be happy with if like that was your backup core based upon all the games. You didn't sign prolific players to take those spots, command positions, fight for
Fight for
starting
position.
spots.
Yeah.
You didn't have that. You just took players that are great when you have 3 games a week. Yeah, of course you're gonna have what's his name, our boy Mahmoud or whatever come in. That's great. Adele, like that's cool. It's cool. 3 games in a week. Him come in on a Wednesday, that's fine. But I think when you're just running all these competitions and you're just relying way too much
You
on your
need
players.
you need better players than
Especially
that.
Ansu Fati, that man barely got knees left. What the hell?
Yeah. And it's not like I watched Villa a whole lot this season. I watched
Yeah,
them a few times. And I watched them in Europe a couple of times. They played really well, but like you saw what happened with Newcastle. Newcastle beat PSG 4-0. Let's not forget.
no, for
Um,
they did. When they're
they
when
beat,
they're on and they have everybody going, Isak, that's a dirty team.
but that was early. And then the group stage of Champions League is a long haul. That's 6 matches.
The
You know what I'm
marathon.
saying? It's not 6 matches like right after another. There's some time.
That's why on this show you always hear us commend teams that are like in excellent condition. I
Right.
feel like teams that are in great condition, like are players that are in really good shape. They
Right.
make long Champions League runs. Like they make the
Right.
long runs.
Right. I mean, and we'll be seeing this team play tomorrow. Obviously, Real Madrid. Like for me, I feel like they're the pinnacle of that. And another team I feel like is shown to be like that is Arsenal. I feel
Yeah.
like Arsenal is a
Man
really
City too. I think they're one of those teams that
and
always seem like they're always pushing to the end too, all gas. Like
I don't know about now necessarily, but I feel like
yeah,
when Liverpool was having their like when Salah was scoring 30 goals time, there was times I'm like, these fools never get tired. Like
yeah.
these fools just like Jordan Henderson is just running a lot. Um,
Johnny.
but I have to rely a lot on Watkins. I don't think that's a bad thing though. Like he's your center forward. I think it's good that he's scoring goals. Um, but they get goals from other people too. What's his name? McGinn, the little stocky Scottish
McGinn be getting
dude.
it cracking. McGinn be getting it cracking.
I'm like, this fool looks like he's from Jackass. Like, how is this dude?
McGinn get it cracking. I like him.
This dude look like you shoot him out of a cannonball. Like, why is this fool?
Super John.
Like, how is this
Yo,
fool?
McGinn be getting it cracking. Got that 7 on his jersey. He don't play no games, dog.
He's like Ronaldo. Who? Like, what? Let's go, dude. But nah, today's
I like
match.
That's tight.
Today's match was. It just goes to show, obviously, it's not nothing new that like all the money in the world can't buy you a win.
Yeah.
And
The game is I'm gonna consider that game boring if you're not showing me you really want to win. If you're that birdseed, if PSG was playing that game just with the
how they
pace
played
they had
against
for
Barca.
10 minutes in the second half, that 10-minute window where they tried. If you do that for 90, we all would have been edge of our feet going crazy, dog. And you probably would have won. You probably would have won.
And how they played against Barca. Like when they played against Barca, they actually, you know what? No, actually, you know what? No, because Araujo got that red card, and that's what changed the match. Actually,
Yeah, the kind of difference maker was the red card, to be honest.
Yeah,
PSG, they can't sit in that locker room, and if we do a squad list, you're not going to tell me that the reason those guys beat you is because they have vastly more talent and skills than you. You're not going to say that. So what if I'm on the wall writing, what are we missing here?
there's
Hustle,
only
hard, determination. That's what you're missing. It's not your skills. There's one guy trying to do something. He's shooting long balls. Another guy that's trying for a little bit, but he's erratic. How about the rest of y'all try to do some shit too? Because, I forgot, we have probably a World Cup winner and almost a back-to-back winner on our team. Almost a back-to-backer.
Got a hat trick.
I hate that team so much. I fucking hate PSG so much.
There's only 2 players on BVB that could start on PSG, and that's Sabitzer and Brent. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the only 2. And it's not like that's the only 2 that could start. But I would start them on PSG. But like, it wasn't even like those two made some crazy difference today. They played well, but it wasn't like they were like bossing the midfield. They're trying not to give up goals. Bad Lefty says facts. Qatar spent all the money in the world in the last decade, still won nothing outside of a soft French league and cups. I mean, I don't love a soft French league. I don't love you saying soft French league. I don't
Definitely the
love
cups
that.
are soft.
But huh?
Definitely the cups are soft.
Yeah, the cups is whatever, but I mean, you're playing against teams from Reunion, dog.
You
Like,
know what's really funny though is that they didn't even win all those. They lost some of them
yeah, no,
too.
they lost
They
since
lost to Lille that one season. They
in the Qatar
they
era.
still lost that shit.
In the Qatar era, they've lost to the league to Montpellier, Lille, and Monaco. In the Qatar reign.
They didn't have a Germany Bayern run of 12 years in a row.
No.
No.
And they've lost the league. They've lost the cup a few times too. They lost like Rennes.
Did they won the league one time with the super team, right?
Which one?
With the Messi super team.
I think Messi won the league once because they lost to Lille when
in
Messi
2
was
years. So he didn't even back to back it when you had spend the money on everybody and their mom to come in.
there. Literally their mom.
Yeah.
I think Messi won it once. Let me double check.
I know he didn't win the first year. They got stomped on.
Well, I think they lost to Lille one of them years, and honestly, I don't even know how much goddamn time he spent there.
Only 2 years.
Okay, he won it twice.
Oh, he won. He was there 3 years.
Okay, yeah, he won it twice, 21-22 and 22-23. And yeah, no, I guess he won it both the years he was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they just got
maybe Lille won the season before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the first season he was with PSG, he was trash.
Didn't he have like 4 goals or something, or like 10 goals and like 5?
He had 6 league goals out of 26. The next season he had
in the soft league, by the way, in the soft French league, this man has 6 goals.
Oh, he definitely was like, whoa, what's going on here? I thought y'all sucked over here. Like, what? He was like, this black guy never hurt. This was a black refugee. He just ran by me. Now, granted,
they got this dude Maxwell over here.
But yeah, like so much credit to BVB for being just a well-drilled team.
Yeah, for real. Shout out BVB, man. That's really good.
And
good, that's good for soccer. That's good for the sport.
Like it's good for soccer.
A team with a rabid fan base, a lot of passion, heart. They did that shit. They did doing that is always gonna solidify the sport in terms of you can spend all the money you want on stars, but really you go out there and you work harder than the next guy, no matter how much he's getting paid. Dead ass, you could pull a win and move on. Because now PSG is gonna go home and they get to go to the final against the winner of tomorrow, which is awesome for BVB. They deserve that shit 1,000%. On Royce's last season too, that's amazing.
Right, whose legs are gone.
Poor baby.
And also, I mean, even with City losing, like it shows you, like because last year obviously City won the treble and Haaland scored 50 goals, but this season is not the same because even when it comes to one player, like everybody would debate right now between Haaland and Mbappe, the best players in the world, but it's more than one player. It's more than one player, dude. Mbappe can do so much on his own, but like, you know, he can run down there, but if there's 2 people around him and he got nowhere to go, it's like, well, shit, you know. Although I've seen him do it in the past, but
yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes him a star or a superstar, top player in the world, is that in these pockets he can change the game like he did for France in the World Cup, and he almost did 2 times in the World Cup for them. Right. But there's still 11 people on that field. There's 11 people on that field.
There's 20-something people. Shit.
On each side, yeah.
This thumbnail from ESPN FC right now, it's quite PSG were unlucky versus BVB. It's a question mark. So we'll see like what they have to say about that later. But I just don't believe in that. Like it's just you're a professional, dude. Like. Yep. I watched basketball for so long and played basketball. You shoot the ball, if it doesn't go in, no matter what, it's just you missed it, dude.
Yeah, like, the only one I would say that you're like that's unfortunate was the Emery one, Zach. When that one is just because it's a cross It comes across the body. Honestly, your shoulders are facing the goalpost. You kick the ball forward, the ball's going to go to the goalpost. Like the only thing I was ever taught as a striker that I ever listened to in this country was that wherever your shoulders are facing, Caesar's going to give you the best opportunity to get the ball in that direction. So if you're getting a lob pass and you're just going to do a volley and your shoulders are facing the goalpost, you might going to hit that shit, Doug. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe not, but you're increasing your chance for that.
But here's the thing though. Sometimes that ball's spinning.
Yeah.
When the ball's spinning, they don't go your way all the way.
No.
If the ball's
it's not like PSG had a bunch of free runs, 1v1s, and through pass, these gorgeous through passes that Fabian Ruiz was throwing to his teammates, and they're just getting saved and wide and missed, and pockets of mud are slowing the ball down. Like, damn, they didn't even trim the field. They didn't even go over the fucking thing. They put cat litter on the bottom where the goalie is. Wow, that's not the case. I played in games when the place where the goalie is a mud pit, and I can't kick the ball. I'm just kicking mud. That's not my fault. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's different. But even if they were getting all these 1v1s and all that stuff, and you didn't make it, you missed, and you deserve to lose.
Yeah. It wasn't a rainy day in Stoke, all right? It wasn't a rainy day in Stoke.
And honestly, like, I don't know if like I'm just like militant when it comes to that. I'm just like, no, dude, like I played sports my whole life. I never gave myself no excuses for missing a shot or dropping a ball. If it
they had 2 legs. Bam.
Right. And didn't score one goal.
It wasn't a one-off. It wasn't a one-off game. PSG, you don't get to give PSG that. They had 2 games to win it. Right. I don't give a fuck if it's in Germany or here. You got on the field 2 times. 2 times, you scored nothing.
0 goals.
0 goals.
And I think that's what happened last year.
You don't deserve to win. You never deserve to win. It was never unlucky. The only thing you didn't do was score a ball in 2 games. You couldn't get the ball behind the net. You made that goalie look God mode out there. He's really whatever.
It's not like 2 weeks ago the goalpost didn't exist and they just put the goalpost up for your match.
It's not like this is the game where they were like, no VAR, and then all of a sudden, or no goal line technology this game. We're gonna take it out, and then there's all these goal line options. It's not fair.
Yeah, the goalpost
the same game as last week. We played the same game. We just flew from France to Germany, and then we flew back.
It's like that far.
It wasn't snowing. There wasn't no fucking hailstorm coming down, beating people up. You got on the field, very nice field. Look how far that flight is, Bam. That's like going.
The shit is probably a 2-hour flight, though. It's probably like 3-hour
went
flight.
From San Jose to San Francisco. I don't even want to hear this.
Like the goalpost has been there your whole life. You know you have to avoid it to go to score, dude. Nobody like Caesar when we play or your Belinda. Like for me, if like in my mind, if I like gave you a cross and you got a nice shot off and then like just missed, like that's just as good as if you scored to me because the goal is tiny. You know what I mean?
It's a tiny goal. They don't put it where the fucking line is, so you don't really know mentally where it is. You're just praying it's the steps that you took earlier. It's still behind you.
Right. But for you, you're going to feel like you missed it.
Yeah.
You're not, and Caesar, have you ever in your life shot a ball and it hit the goalpost and you were like, damn, that was unlucky? You were like, fuck, I missed.
Yeah. I'm honestly, my entire mentality all the time I played is if I shot the ball and I hit the crossbar, I kid you not, I'm not even trolling it because we're saying show. I tell myself, I need to work on that. Like that's not, I didn't warm up right. I didn't practice right because when you warm up, you're drilling shit in there. But you go in the game and it's in the crossbar. That to me is a warm up. That's a training issue. Like I have not trained myself enough. That's something you can fix. Aiming. I don't want to hear when you play. When these guys go out there and they kick this ball, you practice this your whole life. You've been kicking this ball your whole life. So it's me not honing down my skills. I didn't warm up right. I didn't practice right. Because if I did, I would have cooked that shit right through the goalie's legs. I would have sliced it right, sliced it left. Oh, I hit the crossbar. That means what do you think? I just toe bunted it and it just started spinning and hit the crossbar? Yeah, I got unlucky because I toe bunted it.
Yeah, it's just
Nah,
so
dude, you train way too. These guys, I didn't do shit. These guys train way too hard to be a lucky. I'm sorry, it's not luck. You just don't know the sport. Do you think it's a lucky situation?
thank you. That's what I'll say. You don't know the sport and you don't know
No.
sports. Like you
Honestly,
don't
a
know.
lot of real fans out here, real fans that watch the sport, they're not gonna watch that game and be so cutesy. They're gonna look at it from a very objective standpoint, like, dog, you guys lost. Like dead ass, it wasn't a goalpost game. You lost to BVB. That's what we will remember forever, man. After the COVID, no people don't talk about PSG making it to the final one time or Mbappe almost winning during COVID, or what happened during the COVID run, or even, people don't even talk about being a weird playoff system. They just said you never won Champions League.
Right, exactly. Is that Bayern won?
I don't care that the fans was gone. I don't care that COVID was going around and people's. Hey, you never won Champions League, dog.
Yeah, and you had all these players that are so good.
Neymar, you had some of the greatest players that we'll probably ever see in a time span in a while. Like an incredible talent pool was available to you of players. I mean, the players that PSG have had over the years, it's crazy.
Yeah, the best
You
one
didn't win,
being
though.
Edinson Cavani,
You didn't win.
but they never wanted to build around him because he's from Uruguay and they're racist. Messi, Neymar, Suarez up top. Yeah, they won that champion. They won a treble. But you know what's funny? Caesar, they won the treble. Next year, they did not.
Damn, I have a question for you. Did they repeat?
No, they did not. They didn't. The next season, they did not. Luis
The
Suarez,
greatest trio ever was only able to do that in a 12-month span?
they won Champions League together one time. They won Champions League 2014-15 season, and Messi never won again. Caesar, let me take that back. They won the treble 2014-15 season. Messi never went to a final again.
Yeah. Was that the season that Messi did the 90-goal calendar year thingy they talk about?
I don't know, but I know Suarez
But,
scored like
but you know what's
50.
funny to me about that? I don't know why I'm dissing him right now. It really takes all that for you to finally win. It takes you to drop
Don't
damn
do
near
that. Don't do that.
damn near hundo. It
Nah,
takes you
don't do
100, you little bitch. That's what it took. We had a broke-kneed Welshman that only played one time, and we still got more than you. Fuck Barcelona.
Stupid. Like
one knee that man has. One knee.
It's just obvious that like you need more than just good players. You need a great mentality. All these different things, dude. Like
discipline, mentality, leadership. And the last thing that which BVB had, you gotta want that shit, dog.
You gotta want it.
Did Mbappe? I'm not even trying to attack him. Did you really want to win this, or did you want to leave?
I think Mbappe don't want to play Real Madrid in the final.
He may be, even if a tiny bit of you doesn't want that, that's gonna exponentially be less than the dudes on the other side that want that shit more than God. They want that shit more than anything.
Caesar.
I'm sure Jadon Sancho came out there and was like, I was riding bench. I gotta hear this bald dude talk shit about me every fucking week. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do 1,000,000 step overs. I'm gonna do 1,000,000 of them.
Caesar, there's been football games I played. Like you know me. You know I don't have a temper. I'm a very mild-mannered, even-keeled type of guy. There's been football games where I wanted to win. So I had a rage in me. I'm like when I'm like covering a dude, I'm like grabbing him hard on his back and like I'm here and like I want to like kill you. I want to win this game. Nobody on PSG had that. Like they don't have like a Pepe or somebody who's like. Or like a Sergio Ramos.
Yeah,
like
those guys are crazy. Like
you gotta have somebody that's mental, dude. That's like, nah, like we're not friends right now. Like right now, we're not friends, dude.
You know what? There was never that. You know when you're watching the BVB game too. Damn, we're going for a minute. And you're like watching the game, and you're like, okay, well, we're at the 60-minute mark. I don't see one dude out there that just like, okay, the only moment I actually saw fire was like you said, that Ousmane Dembele moment when like he and then he had to go take the corner kick and he's so mad about missing that shot. I'm like, It's crazy that I gotta wait till the end of the game for your fucking winger to turn up like this. When Gonzalo missed that shot, I wanted him punching the damn floor. I want him ripping the grass out. Card him, rip the jersey. Get you. You need that one guy that maybe put in that tackle that cracked somebody, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not here to jog around. All right, I'm not. I'll take a red if I gotta."
Caesar, I always love. We are going.
Yeah, can I go?
We're going. No, we're going all over the places. I'm about to go back to American football. I always loved Michael Irvin when he said when he was a rookie, he went to the Cowboys as a rookie. He came from the University of Miami. They never lost. He went to Dallas. They sucked. And he said they lost their first game of the season. He's like, I'm in the locker room. I'm crying. He's like, I was so mad that we lost. I don't know this feeling like that. And he's like, I go in the locker room and there's guys just like high-fiving and chilling. And he's like, I went to the coach and said, this guy, they need to go because they don't want to win. And if I seen Gonzalo Ramos, if I'm like Marquinhos or somebody on the field that wants to win, and I see him miss that shot and just looking, I'm going to go tell Luis Enrique, get that bitch out of here right now. He don't care. Get Colo. Do he care? I don't know if he cares either. I'll be like, put me at striker. At least I care. Put somebody that cares.
You've been there. I've been in there as a player where I've been there where I didn't want it, and it shows. Like you can exudes in you. Like you're never gonna push yourself to another level or push yourself your hardest, or when you just get the extra sprint or extra gas at the end of a run when you don't really want to be there. I've been there where I don't want to be there. I've had long spurts, many games in a row where I just didn't want to be there. And you run around, everybody sees it. Even when you score, it's like, you feel it. But when you want that shit, it feels so fucking good.
The whole NBL, we had to play with that one dude.
Oh, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there.
Jack shots all the time.
Yeah. I'm gonna run down the court. I'm gonna post up and run back. You're not gonna get me jumping out to save out of bounds. I'm not gonna be trying to get a steal. It's consistent. And when you see these clubs don't make changes after that, I mean, we saw the Man U situation with Ronaldo. You could tell motherfuckers didn't want it. You could tell the system didn't want it. That it's consistent in the sport. A lot of money will help you. It'll get you pretty deep, but you're never going to win it that way because there's a lot of teams that spend a lot of money out there, and there's enough money that can be spent on players that are professional, and professional players that want it bad enough will beat megastars all day because that's the beauty of soccer. That fucking ball, if you're across the field, you have no impact on if that shit goes in or not. So you better do what you can when that ball gets to your feet right now.
And that's the thing, like with Man City, especially last season, like, yeah, they got hella money. They can bring in hella players, but you got a coach there who's gonna get those players wanting to win because he wants to win. He's a perfectionist, for better or worse. He's gonna motivate the players to win. And if he sees anybody lacking, you're out.
The only time I'll even give people like Mourinho credit ever, and I don't give him a lot of credit, is that those are the kind of coaches that if you come in there bullshitting a little bit, even if you're so good. I remember they talked about De Bruyne goes Wolfsburg goes from the Belgian team over to Chelsea. He was kind of goofing around, said he wanted to start number one, but I was like, you got to show me that shit. He's like, I don't do that. Loan him out immediately. That guy is a star. Similar thing was talked about Cole Palmer when the Man City kind of goof around. Guardiola does not give up. He's seen a million Cole Palmers. I've seen him all. He's seen it all. This man has coached Messi. He doesn't give up. There has not been a player in front of him that he's gonna think is better than Messi ever. So you're not gonna shock him. He's seen it all, doggy. He'll go out there and work for that shit.
He's coaching Bernardo Silva. He's a freaking workhorse animal, dude. Like those are
the kind of guys that are playing every week. Not even guys that are supposed to be there. Like they're just working so hard that you can have that guy in a position because he's gonna outwork anybody else there that even has played that their whole life. Like a Michael Calvin Phillips, whatever. Sorry, dog, you're not gonna win that spot, homie.
Yeah.
You're eating donuts.
The Bad Lefty says that's what Man United players said about Roy Keane when United were dominating football under Ferguson. Yeah, you need somebody with some attitude
You need a fucking crazy dudes about that action.
Yeah, and got some pride about themselves. Like I feel
and,
like
and definitely, and they're a leader too. They're not just great; they're a leader. Like you can have crazy players, but a real leader, like a leader.
I feel like that's the thing with Mbappe. Like, you know what? I'll try to watch their match this weekend because I want to say like the past like however many years PSG lose in Champions League, they go play like a Brest or freaking some team in France, and Mbappe scores and he's like celebrating, and I'm like, dog, like y'all just went out in Champions League like 3 days ago. Like, why are you doing all this? Like, your fans literally are sad. Y'all just if he celebrates this weekend, I'm gonna be like, dog, you're a hoe for real because you really only care about your stats at that point.
I remember what you said a long time ago, and I'm not even dissing him. I like this player. I like Marquinhos a lot. I like him. He's cute. He's a nice guy.
Unproblematic.
He puts in hustle. Non-problematic. Very standard. A very standard second center back. Not my primary. He's my second center back. PSG, for longest time has told, has never had a leader. They've been leaderless. They've been, even when they've had players that are captains of the teams, they've never been able to establish locker room supremacy. This is the boss. You can have Neymar, you can have Messi, you can have Ramos, but there was never one person they all went to be like, okay, but if the guy says something, everybody shut the fuck up. Like, they don't have that. Real Madrid has had multiple people like this. When they don't have the captain's band, you know the leaders on that team. The old Man U teams, they had Keane. They have that guy where you may not like him. Everybody may hate this dude. I don't like this guy, but goddamn it, motherfucker is the leader. Okay. Porto makes those deep runs. They got Pepe there. You know that's their leader. Like, that man is 41, and they're making deep Champions League runs. Probably due to a lot of discipline under their leader. They're like, that man is there every week working. I'm 18. I got no excuses. So those guys are important. You don't have that mentality. You have a lot of checks, a lot of dope jerseys, Jordan, third kits, Gucci collaborations, all the cute shit, dope ass warm-ups. But where the fuck is the leadership?
Caesar, I'll say this too. Going along with
they gotta get a leader, dog. They gotta get one. That should be, even if they don't sign anybody, they do some bullshit signings. I would at least be happy if they sign a guy and go, hey, that guy's a leader, and you could start somewhere, even if he's not young or whatever. We're starting somewhere post Mbappe era.
I'll say this too, going back on what you're saying about a leader and like going to Real Madrid specifically. I feel like Sergio Ramos, like in that time period, was the leader, was the actual leader. And Ronaldo has a personality that doesn't rub everybody the right way. But he's such a dedicated player that even if he's not technically the leader, the players on the team want to perform for him. They're like, I can't let this guy down because he goes harder than everybody in training. He's there first. He leaves last. He doesn't eat eggs and shit. Like, this fool like doesn't have no life other than performing in this sport. He's scoring 50 goals. He's bailing us out of the game.
Is not his family, his money,
no,
nothing.
It's
honestly, it's the field. It's sickening, but it's the sport.
It's excelling at the sport. And he's bailing us out of matches when we're messing up. I don't want to hang out with him, but I don't want to be the one that messes up and then he loses. And there's nobody on PSG like that. Messi is not that guy. Neymar is not that guy. And Mbappe is not that guy. Because that's your personality. Like, not only are you, because Mbappe has all the talent in the world. Like,
it's ridiculous.
The talent.
He's like the perfect Android soccer player you could build. Like,
literally. The only thing missing is that he's not Brazilian.
Yeah. And he doesn't really be like doing headers and shit.
Yeah. But
Brazilian,
if he had that mentality, like, I'm sorry, that personality where the players are like, damn, yo, like, I don't want to mess up because Mbappe's right there. You know what I mean? Like, I can't mess this up because there's Mbappe. I can't mess this cross up because that's going to Mbappe, dude. Like, And I know that's how the players felt about Ronaldo. Like, I don't want to mess up the cross to Ronaldo. Not only is he going to be furious, but like, look how dedicated he is. I don't want it to be my fault. So that's going to make you go way harder.
And everybody knows that this man is going to score. This man wins.
Yeah.
This man scores. So they're not going to blame him for not making it. They're going to blame you for giving some dookie pass, being lazy. They're going to blame you. You have a responsibility to hold on your end because you know if you give it to him right, he's going to hold his end of it. Like it's not, that's how it works. And also another credit to those two players like that. I'll give Messi that credit too, especially before the older Barcelona. Messi, we had a lot of success under a leadership. Those guys, they are the best players on the team, Messi and Ronaldo, but they always knew that their roles as a leader on the team. They knew the person above them. They knew their captains. They respected Ramos. They respected the Puyol. They respected those guys.
Yeah.
That shit sets a precedent. Once again, I do not, and I have never seen this at PSG. I've never seen that. I've never seen that monarchy. I've never seen that system. I never seen a baton pass.
Keep talking.
Fez did a sweep.
We said baton pass?
I've never seen it like because like Ramos was a captain on Real Madrid, but it wasn't like after he left, there was like all kind of concern issues. There was captains after that. There's people that stepped up into that role after Ramos left. There's been players that kind of stepped in Barcelona left, and then a lot of people left, and now we kind of don't really have that anymore. But if you have the players that can take over that spot later, it's hard to find and coach. But you know when you scout, guys that are leaderships, faces in the locker room. You need, like I said, PSG need a guy like that bad. Like they need a shit bad, especially if they're gonna get young talent or whatever. You need to have a leader, dog.
Yeah, and honestly, like I just don't
get Chase Meyer over there. Fuck it.
I just don't see it, honestly. Like I don't really see it happening.
No.
Although, but either way, I'm excited to see PSG without Mbappe. I'm excited for Liga.
This is fun.
I'm excited for Liga without Mbappe, but I'm not excited to see him at Real Madrid. I really hope he doesn't go there. I want to see him at Man U. Like I said in the past, I feel like it's weak for Mbappe to go to Real Madrid. Because Real Madrid I almost said they're in the final. They could end up winning Champions League again, and then
Alex said it in the chat. Basically, the best. Yeah. Mbappe needs Real Madrid more than Madrid needs him.
Exactly.
You're doing this only because you can't do it yourself. You can't do it somewhere else. Carve a path for yourself. Carve your own legacy, dog.
I'll say this. I guess there's an argument to be said. Because the last time they won was with Benzema, and he had an insane year. And the last year they didn't do it. So maybe you can say, like, and if they don't win it this season, or let's say if they don't make it,
you could say that they always need that one piece to make it happen.
There's an argument, but if they don't make it to it's more if they don't make it to the final, because I feel like if they play BVB, they should win, whatever. But like, I guess there's an argument there, but either way, like they're deep in Champions League. I'm just like,
and they won La Liga.
And they won La Liga by a big margin. I'm just like, dog, like, why don't you go somewhere and cement your own legacy, dude? Like, because Real Madrid's already good. Why don't you go to Man U, who sucked the past 10 years, and thug it out?
You're going to go off probably a really fantastic year. You're not going to be going to Real Madrid after – they just finished third in La Liga, and they got bounced in group stage because they lost to Newcastle 7-0. Like, that's not what happened. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, we had 6 ACL tears. It was a tough year, but Mbappe's going to just bring that culture. Are you really going to pull up after a lot of W's? I mean, you can. I'm not saying don't come. Like, that's dope. Great. But, like, honestly, dog, go to EPL or some shit, dog. Go get it cracking, dog.
It's giving. Fuck Kevin Durant.
go to Liverpool. Go to fucking Man U. Do something, dog. If you go to Man U, that'd be crazy. You honestly, you go to Man U and they start winning and shit. They even just win the league. That's gonna rock the soccer universe.
Yes,
that's been like a dark storm waiting to come back for a long time. A return of the Empire.
They haven't been good in 10 years
No,
at least.
and
That's
it's
what
one of the most popular clubs in the world. They need that's huge for the sport.
exactly. You speak English, dude. Like, go
Yeah,
over there. But
goddamn.
I don't know. Like, I think he wants to go to Real Madrid, and I just feel like it's weak, dude. Like, go solidify your legacy somewhere else. Now, Caesar's making that face, so we definitely got to wrap it up. But don't try to act like you wasn't contributing. It wasn't me talking the whole time. Uh, uh, are we gonna record another episode tomorrow? What's the deal?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay, you want to do it like? Let's do it like earlier though. Let's do like what 3, 4?
Yeah, we can do earlier.
Don't play with me right now.
Kind of into my Apex time.
Hey, okay. Make sure you follow Caesar on Twitch. We made it Ceez. He's playing the games, thugging it out. And make sure that you are subscribed on YouTube. And I would love it if one of y'all click that link to join and hop on in here one time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, pull up,
says,
talk to us some sports. We're down.
Okay, Alex says do it at 3:30 tomorrow. Done.
Alex, you got it. This is a people's podcast. You got it.
You got it. Bad Lefty says peace and solidarity. I'm loving that.
Yes.
Fuck
Free
solidarity.
Palestine.
Fuck solidarity. We're about that solidarity. You should have put a U in there. That'd have been gangster.
Solidarity.
You put here.
And that picture of Adeyemi there too.
Put. Oh, his rapper girlfriend is white, by the way.
Alex. If Madrid lose, I ain't tuning in. You better pull up because I will be a mess on this show if we lose. I kid you not. I'll be a mess, and it'll probably be the show will be taken down.
We got the homie Sultan from Kumar's podcast. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you join us tomorrow. We're gonna be coming in.
Yes.
We're gonna be going live 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, unless Caesar's late again.
I'll never be late again in my life.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and we will see you soon.